NBC and Peacock.
Okay. Tasha.
They're in DC. I'm here. So,
I see.
Yeah.
Tasha. Scott. Erin Marie.
Isola.
Wow.
Gig?
Gig?
Yeah. Do I have an?
Is that not your name? Nice to meet you all, especially you, Gig.
Yeah. Well, I have a question to kickstart. I already asked your co-stars over there. I'm a big true crime fan, so I love this. And I wanted to ask the actors, if you guys were a part of a real hunting party with real serial killers, like ones that we know already, who would you try to hunt and why?
Who would we try and try to what? Sorry.
Hunt and
Hunt
why?
them.
Like you, not your characters, you two as individuals. The serial killers that we know, or maybe ones we don't know about.
There's definitely like levels to this answer, because
Yes.
it would be like, what would be the ones that would be the most fun, and what are the ones that I like would want to take down the most, like
Yes.
despise the most. Nick was telling me about a serial killer like 10 minutes ago called the Toy Box Killer.
Yeah,
That's what he said?
That was his answer, yeah.
I would love to hunt that motherfucker down, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, sorry. But yeah, that guy's. We got a word in Australia. Starts with C, rhymes with pun. We use it a lot. But yeah, he kind of personifies that.
Yeah.
I'd probably be going for that guy.
Surprisingly, there is no documentary, or a lot of people don't know about him, but
Yeah.
I know about him because I'm a big true
I know
crime
about
fan.
him now.
Yeah.
Like truly horrific.
Yeah,
Like
he was.
I kind of wish I didn't know about him. But
Yeah.
I think there is. I looked up. There is one doco on. His name's like David Pearson or something.
Yeah.
I haven't gone down on this guy.
Are there any Australian serial killers that you
Oh,
know?
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm from New Zealand, so I can say
Okay.
this about Australia, but it was colonized by convicts.
Yeah.
So like Ireland and like the Brits and whatever just sent all their prisoners to, penitentiaries or whatever on Australia. So yeah, there's some bad people in
Yeah.
Australia. There's like there's so many unsolved crimes. Yeah, there's some bad people. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a serial killer you would hunt down?
Could they already been caught?
Yeah.
My friend's mom actually almost got abducted by Ted Bundy.
Wow.
Yeah, and she said, because he asked her to come to the van or whatever, this guy like lost some, or he asked for directions. Anyways, and she's like, no, she got a weird feeling. She's like, no, I've got stuff to do, and so she left. And then the next day on the news, this girl had been murdered, and they found out it was Ted Bundy, and it was the same guy, obviously, that she had seen. So, not that that's like a personal connection to me, but I just think I would want to hunt him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The charming ones, the ones that sneak in there.
Yeah, take advantage
Yeah.
of vulnerable people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh, I have a specific question about your character, because I'm actually impressed on the skills that your character display on the show, because I have
Me too.
I have friends who are prison guards, and they don't even have the skills you have.
Yeah.
Do they give you a backstory, or do you have to create something to explain why you're so good at this?
So there's definitely reasons for that, like motivating factors in his life that drive a lot of his skill sets, I think, or his decision to obtain a skill set like that. JJ and Jake did a great job of coming up with this character's backstory. I think his story arc was one of the... His backstory, without giving anything away, is very integral to the overarching conspiracy, or the underpinning conspiracy, I should say. And so we kind of took that, and then I went away, did my own research on, military people who work in military prisons, specifically Bagram, and all that kind of stuff, and tried to piece together a skill set based on the soldiers that would work there. I worked very closely with an ex-Canadian Special Forces guy for like gun training, and to ask him questions. It's like, what skills would I pick up as this specific rank of military person in America? So like the tracking and all that kind of stuff were things that people in his position would have been trained on just for those areas. So it was a little bit of JJ and Jake planting seeds, and then me kind of just like being a kid and running with certain things, coming to the dads being like, hey, what about this idea? Does this work? And they're very, very open to that. So it was a collaboration for sure, yeah.
Also for your Josh character, with so many interesting aspects of your character have been uncovered during the season, and of course your character pretend to be the son of Dr. Dallas.
Yep.
With the recent reveal of session tapes, is there a dark or manipulated past which he cannot remember?
Yeah, look, I think we'll find out in the coming episodes about exactly what's on those tapes and then why. So there's definitely some, I want to say, like, yeah, objectively dark things going on. Not necessarily what you expect, but certainly things that have informed who he is now and why he's searching for his identity, per se. But in terms of his memory of things, I think it's like anybody, you know, you have these, I talk to a lot of people who have had like quite severe trauma in their lives, and their memory is always kind of, you know, like Oliver Sacks, one that is like a, I don't know what his title is, but he talks a lot about memory and how imagination is also creation, and memory is also creation, I should say. So there's all this weird stretching and compressing of his childhood, which I think is why he wants these clear answers. Because yeah, he was, you know.
But you were taken young, so it's not like you grew up and then got taken. And,
No. Yeah, I mean, this is from birth. You know, he's been effectively out of his real environment. You know, his real biological parents. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and he didn't know that for a long time. And I think that, you know, I've got people very close to me who found out in their 20s that their parents aren't their parents. And it reframes their entire life up to that point. So there's a lot of rewriting history that's going on. So it's very opaque. Anyway, that's a long-winded answer, but I hope there's something in there.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
Thank
okay,
you so
cool,
much.
cool.
I have another question for both of you. There are so many shows, crime shows that catch criminals. In you guys' opinion, how does this show stand out? And then how do you make your characters stand out from the other shows that are online? Because I just found out about the show and I've been binging it and I love it. And I have my theory on why it stands out, but I want to hear from your perspective. Okay.
I think to go into it being like, how do I make a character stand out, feels way too daunting. So I think I just kind of I tried to go into it playing. You know, this is someone who's fascinated by these people, but at the same time has such a personal connection to it, not only through her daughter, but also through like what she went through growing up. And so it's all she can think about and do. And it fascinates her and sickens her at the same time. And so just playing with the different killers and which ones sicken her and which ones fascinate her. And like, I think with Brenda, she was very like, this is riveting in a way, whereas some of the other ones were a bit more like, I gotta stop this. And as far as this show standing out, I just think that like the overarching storyline of the pit is unique and hasn't been done before in that way. So I think that's what makes it. That's my theory.
Yeah, I mean, I know the network and the creators all had the things that they thought were going to elevate the show and make it, you know, make people go hooked or whatever. So you got like the conspiracy, the killers, all that kind of stuff. But in terms of the things that we can control, I guess, as actors, it's, for me anyway, going into it and going, this is a procedural, they've got all these cool things that are going to hook people in. I got to figure out a way that when that stuff happens, and not that the novelty wears off, but they stick around, you know. So for me, it was like, my thesis was it's about the ensemble, about getting along with these guys, creating an interesting dynamic, knowing our roles within the ensemble so that there's no two people competing for the same joke or level of intensity.
Yeah.
And that was super important, and thankfully we all get along super well. So, and I hope that comes across on screen, because off screen it was certainly a hell of a lot of fun. And I think if it is fun when you do it, 9 times out of 10 it's fun when people watch it.
Yeah.
I hope, you know, and we're letting the audience in on the fun too, which is cool, you know. They're an extension of our little family. Yeah.
We want to know what your theories are
It was the pit.
Yeah, the
Is
pit.
it?
It was. It's
cool.
It is cool.
It's super unique, and like, I was a big Prison Break fan.
Yes.
So to like add the extra layer of these people are being experimented on, why, who started it, why are they starting it? You know,
it changes them, because like you go in there with like, okay, these are who they were, then they got something that happened to them, and now they're gonna like come back. They get a chance to kind of like wreak revenge,
right? And
you guys have to catch them. So I thought it was the pit aspect as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, thank you. Yeah, this is
Cool. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for your
guys.
time. I appreciate it.
Ridiculous.